Kolu is working with municipalities, right? And urban change, we say basically a city is an ecosystem. It connects residents, local businesses, organizations, and the municipality. So when we built urban change, we looked on this ecosystem, the city, and said, okay, it doesn't matter who wants to make the city better, right? It doesn't matter whether it's the municipality or an organization, a private organization, an NGO, a nonprofit, right? Or individuals in the community, anyone that wants to make a change, to lead a change, Urban Change Protocol is designed for him.
Welcome everyone. My special guest today is Ortal Tevel, CEO at Kolu and co-founder of Urban Change Protocol. Welcome to the show, Ortal.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for accepting the invitation. Urban Change, which we'll be talking today, fits into kind of broader category of, I would say, a social impact project. I met Ortal at Algorand conference in Dubai, Decipher, last year, and learned that they are building city coins on Algorand, which is kind of exciting and was surprising for me because I've been particularly interested with the concept of city coins before, city coins being launched in Miami and other cities by other projects, and definitely there are some learnings out there, which I hope maybe we'll explore with Ortal later on. But before we go into like all this nitty-gritty stuff, let's jump directly into your crypto story, Ortal. Do you remember your first interactions with crypto, how this all started?
Yeah, basically I've been in the fintech industry for a long time, almost 20 years. So I'm familiar with crypto a while back, but I really fell in love with its concepts when I joined Kolu 4 years ago. Then I realized how blockchain opens up opportunities for social change. And this is what is so cool about it. Web3 for me is all about ownership and communities. It enables communities to exist and to flourish without being dependent on a centralized entity by sharing ownership. And the ownership is, it really makes people own their data, impact decisions, shape the community, and share the success of the community. So essentially it turns everyone in Web3 into some combination of entrepreneur or freelancer, board member, and investor. And it enables anyone to join and contribute to the community they want to. So when I understood all of it, right, the power and the potential of city coins really hits me and kind of blow my mind. So this was my real gateway to Web3, that it's not just trading coins and, you know, like stocks or securities or others, like you think about it, let's go to crypto and make money. It's not that at all. It's really about the community, the ownership, and the things that you can accomplish with this technology that you can do with Web2. That's my game, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And you've started your Web3 adventures with this particular project, but you also are CEO at Kolu, so maybe we should digest Kolu first. I know the Kolu is a platform powered by mobile apps to engage actually a resident with kind of city rewards, helping city achieving their goals. Helping to transform the vision into kind of actionable steps. Can you describe like what is Kolu in the bigger picture? Kolu as a platform, and maybe I know there are some nuances but I think understanding Colu as a platform will be probably good before we jump into urban change protocol, which is I understand the blockchain piece of what you are doing.
Yeah. So I'll try to explain both and the relations between them. So
okay,
Colu
sure.
is pioneering city coins for the last 6 years, and we have success stories in US cities like Boston and Akron, Ohio. We just signed a contract with Houston, which is a big city, and we enable cities to have their own branded city coins, which are a proven way to drive economic and social prosperity in local communities. And the city coins that Colu offers based on a centralized platform and really owns by the municipality, while Urban Change Protocol is a more advanced technology that leverages the blockchain and enables any city or any local community anywhere in the world to have their own decentralized local coins. So Colu addresses municipalities in the US, and Urban Change addresses the entire world, any community, not just the city, and in a decentralized way. But in both ways, basically, city coins are used to generate local engagement and encourage residents to take action. It could be real action in the physical worlds that will benefit the community. For example, they can incentivize residents to take greener transportation, to recycle more, to shop at women-owned businesses, to get better education, and so on. Every city and every local community has its own goals that they want to achieve, big goals, right? Sustainability, diversity, education, healthy living, or any other, right? And a lot of the times when you want to promote a goal, it's not enough just to have the infrastructure around it. You need to encourage people to take an action, to use the infrastructure, right? To go out and about. And a set of actions will drive a change, a real change. So every time a community or a city wants to have high involvement of the citizen and take them out of their homes and participate, city coins is a perfect tool for that.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, kind of Colu as a platform is like still in the Web2 reality, and it is dedicated more for like municipalities, for cities. I have seen some great partnerships on your websites as well, while Urban Change is for any kind of community which would probably make same impact, maybe different scale, it can be like a part of the city or any urban area, right? And that's so maybe let's before we still sure.
Just to add, Colu is working with municipalities, right? And Urban Change, we say basically a city is an ecosystem. It connects residents, local businesses, organizations, and the municipality. So when we built Urban Change, we looked on this ecosystem, the city, and said, okay, it doesn't matter who wants to make the city better, right? It doesn't matter whether it's the municipality or an organization, a private organization, an NGO, a nonprofit, right? Or individuals in the community, anyone that wants to make a change, to lead a change, Urban Change Protocol is designed for him. And also we said it doesn't have to be only one, right? It could be a combination of municipality and private organization, individuals in the community and other organizations together, right? To get on board on the protocol, set up the community, and drive it to make changes and to make it a better community. That's the idea.
Okay, I understand. So would that be like a correct assumptions, like working at Colu? I understand with working with municipalities kind of more kind of approach, well, you directly approach governors and kind of municipality kind of officers somewhere in the city. Did it inspire you to kind of do that different way, like a bottom-up approach with Urban Change, giving everyone possibility to make an impact, to create their own community? It was like Colu was an inspiration for urban change, or those are like totally different entities?
No, it's definitely an inspiration, and Kolu we have this vision in Kolu to make cities thrive, okay, and make them more connected and inclusive. So we do it in different ways, right? Kolu started on the blockchain. The name of Kolu is driven from colored coins. So if you know the colored coins protocol on the Bitcoin chain, Kolu was one of the main contributors, developed the protocol and platform on top of it. You can read about it in Wikipedia. So Kolu started on the blockchain. We had a CLN network for city coins, and we learned a lot along the way, all kinds of faults. So even when we planned the platform for municipalities in the US, right, we still had the vision to make communities and cities thrive. We just did it without the blockchain from various reasons. But when we saw it's a right time, right, we had all the learnings and the blockchain industry was developed enough, we designed and built the Urban Change Protocol to enable communities to create their own local coins on the blockchain. But this was the beginning vision of Kolu from day one eventually, right? So it's a long process, and it's really related because what we do with municipalities in the US, we enable them to drive engagement in cities. That's exactly what we do using a local coin, a city coin. But we know that a model on the blockchain will be much, much, much powerful and could bring extraordinary engagement. And since this is the purpose from the beginning, right, to make people more involved, to enable the community achieve their goals using the members in the community, we know that blockchain is the future, and this is the best implementation, right, for our vision eventually.
Okay, that's very interesting. I didn't know that Kolu name comes from colored coins, which I obviously recognized from Bitcoin. So that's an interesting kind of flavor to the whole story. And I've seen like coming back a bit to all this implementation which you did at Kolu. Obviously, I've seen some cities actually like Monterey Park and also Boston. I'm just drinking my yerba mate from Boston Cup. You've implemented your platform there. Maybe you can kind of talk about like one most exciting use case. I'm not sure if Boston is the one or any other in the city which Kolu implemented or is being leveraged in the city.
Sure. So of course, we have many successful use cases, and we just published, Urban Change just published a post about it, so you can all read about it on Urban Change website, the blog. But I'll give you one of the examples that I like the most is in Akron, Ohio. During the pandemic, local businesses were really struggling because everyone went to shop online with big retailers such as Amazon. No one went out from his home and shop locally. And when the municipality understood that there is a huge problem and really local businesses are struggling, so they decided to, of course, support them, and they launched the Akronite app, which is based on our white label platform, with a local coin, a city coin, which they call them a blimp. Blimps, because they have the Goodyear company that creates blimps for about 100 years in Akron. So it's really part of the community culture. And anyone that shopped locally at the local business earned blimps, let's say 10% back in blimps, where every blimp, one blimp, is worth $1. So when you earned blimps, you could go back to the local businesses and shop with your blimps in a very simple way using the app. And the community loved it. The residents, it's like the mayor said, it's stretch their dollars. So it also helped the residents to shop more, and it also helped the local businesses because it brought the traffic back to them instead from big retailers. And after a few months, you saw the impact. We saw that the shopping volume at these businesses were more than doubled. So it's really good news, and everything is measurable and trackable, and you can see their ROI. So when the municipality puts budget, right, to fund the local coins to reward the people, they can see the impact on this budget and what it does and how it impacted the community. So this is one example, but I can give you also the Boston example. So they, on top of supporting local businesses, they really wanted to promote diversity. So they also encourage people to shop more at women-owned, Black-owned, and minority-owned businesses. And we saw that 77% of all Citicoins transactions were made in such businesses, which is really wonderful, right? You can see how it impacted people. They realized what are the causes, how they can support it, and it made them made the action. Yeah.
So excellent. So Colu and all this application in the city is like, it was a great start. Then how did you eventually come up with the idea of implementing stuff on blockchain, coming up with the urban change protocol, maybe a bit of history also? I mean, how did you choose the blockchain? I mean, did you do like a kind of in-depth analysis of available blockchains to eventually select Algorand? Or, I mean, what's the history behind urban change, if you can say?
So as I said, Colu is originated, right? With the blockchain, we had the ZEAL network, and we learned a few things about the design. For example, we learned that a local coin should be stable, because we had a volatile local coin, and then people couldn't shop with it at local businesses because they wanted to keep the coins, and local businesses didn't want to accept a volatile coin. Eventually, the day after, they need to pay suppliers and making the whole thing stable. So this is one of the design faults we realized. We also realized that people likes to hold, right, coins when they believe in the community. They don't want to spend it at the local community. So if you want to stimulate local economy, it's not necessarily the same coin. And, you know, the industry was evolved, stable coins became more popular, and so on. So we could design a unique model, which is a dual coin model. So every local community will have two coins, one which is stable, and people can be rewarded with a stable coin and can shop with it at local businesses. And the second coin is basically a token. We call it the impact token, where people get ownership. The more that they are engaged in the community, the more impact tokens they can earn, and they can have governance participation in the community and so on, right? So that was kind of a, let's say, state-of-the-art model, which incorporates all the learnings that we've done with our communities, real communities, not theoretically, right? With people, local businesses, with real coins circulating. We learned so much when we decided to build and design this protocol. And then we needed, right, to decide how to implement it, on what chain to implement it, right? What is the best chain? So basically, there are many chains that could fit urban change protocol. It's not just one chain. There are many good chains out there, okay? But when we discovered about Algorand, we were amazed, you know, how it can fit us, because they have really fast transactions and with low cost, with low fees. So it's really suitable for payments, and we needed payments at local businesses in real time. And we also loved, the proof of stake and the idea of supporting sustainability. Algorand really talks about it, and it's important for them as well. And it really aligns with our values. So we loved the whole package, and we chose Algorand. The decision was easy. But of course, we look ahead and we see bridges and we see other chains. So urban change can expand in many other places. But we love Algorand and the tech around it. They're really, it's really great tech.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and obviously these days we have all this layer 2 for Ethereum. You can probably choose any other chains. You've mentioned that I mean, if I got it correctly, that you have some plans to expand to other chains as well, or like what's the
yeah? So definitely. I mean, we're thinking about it. It's a bit too soon because right now we're really in the MVP launching communities. We want to bring first the communities, but we can definitely expand to other chains, or of course have bridges of Algorand and NV compatible. So we're thinking of what is the right thing for the protocol, but in the future, I think that bridges will be all over anyway, right? We weren't gonna be limited to one change. Interoperability is very important to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So let's maybe come back to this coins. You've already mentioned local coins, impact token or impact coin. I understand that, I mean, for example, I want to promote a healthy lifestyle in my city or somewhere. I can create my own community, right, with Urban Change protocol. And I mean, how eventually do I create these coins, and how let's take this theoretical example of a healthy lifestyle community. How do they use these coins, and where is this whole picture is the impact token? I think it might be for some people at first confusing, like 2 tokens, why do we need that, and how it fluctuates in the whole ecosystem.
Definitely, sometimes it sounds very complicated, and we try to simplify everything for people, and you don't need to understand the entire model at the beginning. I mean, for a simple user, first time, we just want to show them you're part of a community. This is the cause, let's say healthy lifestyle. You want to be part of it, come on board. You'll do a specific action. Let's say you want to encourage people to walk more, right? Or to take yoga lessons or meditation or whatever, or eat healthy food. So you can say, if you'll do that action, let's say if you'll walk 7,000 steps a day, you will be rewarded with 1 local coin in your community, and 1 local coin is worth $1. So you understand the value and what you can shop with it. So you'll have also the gamification around it, right? Earn local coins. As more as you'll get, you'll have more value to enjoy it, and so on. So a person, when he joins, download the Urban Change app, join the community, he can see the initiatives, the causes, right? You can see, come enjoy, have a healthier life, walk 7,000 steps a day and earn 1 local coin. When he does it, he of course announces it on the app, and he starts earning. He can see his local coins on the app. And then he can choose where to spend them. He can stroll in the community and see what local businesses accepting these coins. He can see, let's say, a grocery store or a spa or a juice store, right, for healthy living, or just, go to a bakery and enjoy a coffee and a pastry around it. He can pay with it, let's say, 5 local coins to enjoy this bakery good stuff. And once he did 2 actions in the community, 1 for a healthy life, and the second, stimulate the local economy because he shopped with his local coins, he then will earn impact token to his wallet. And the impact token eventually will show him the level of engagement in the community, how he belongs, and you will want to hold them because you can participate in governance decisions, thinking in the community, how to leverage more the local coins, what will be the next initiative in the community, or whatever the community will decide, of course, to take over there. And sometimes other benefits that the community can give to the holders of the coin, right, for being such an engaged resident in the community. So that's really the high level of it. We make the app really simple to use for every resident. So we don't tell you about the entire model from the beginning, because it's not all about tokens, right? You have the local coins, the impact token for every community, and so on. We make it really easy to adopt and to get you through it, but eventually you will understand it in an easy way and be part of it and be very engaged with it. That's the magic.
Okay, so thanks for this picture. I think it clarifies something, just a follow-up question on the case of this, still coming back to the concept of coins, because eventually we will use these coins in the application. So by by spending the local coins in the local shops, groceries, etc., I kind of that's a way I earn impact token because I'm an engaged community member, right?
Local coin is used, of course, to reward people and for them like a payment in the community, right? And to stimulate the local community, to stimulate the local economy, sorry. So it has to be stable. If you want to pay with it at local businesses, it has to be stable. Also, the members in the community can understand the value of it, right? Can enjoy it on a simple basis, on a daily basis, with any local business around them, in their home, in their local community, right? Just go out there and enjoy your local coins, create an interaction with the local business owner, telling them, right, I own these local coins because I contributed to the community, I accomplished something, and so on. So it also creates interactions in the community. But the local coin is stable. It's used for payments at local businesses and to reward residents for doing good stuff in the community. And the second token, the impact token, is for the ownership piece, right? As more as you contribute to the community, you want to have the ownership as part of it and take more decisions and have more impact in your community. That's the idea of it, right? The local coins, you spend them, you don't hold them. The impact token, you can hold them, and of course, show your engagement in your community.
Okay, excellent. So how easy or how difficult maybe it is to create a community? Is it like a open platform? So for example, if I have an idea for a local community, am I like free to go ahead and create a community? Like, what's the process more or less, and if it's already available for everyone, or it's like a permissioned environment? How does it work, Ortal?
So as I said, urban change, we enable anyone. You can be an organization, municipality, or individual or individuals, right? We can combine anything around this community. And on top of the protocol, the urban change team build tools to make it easier. It's not just the protocol and smart contracts, it's also developing the apps, the managing tool app and a residence app on the Apple Store and Android Play. So you can just use it to make it really simple for people and community leaders to do what they do best, and to know that the tech is solved for them, right? So as a whole, I can say we can talk about 3 steps. And where the tech side of each one of the steps is really easy, and you will take a couple of minutes, right? But there are other parts that are community, on the community side, that the community leaders needs to take care of. So the first step is setting up the community. The second is to define the initiative in the community, the cause, right? The goal that they want to promote. And the third is to add local businesses in it. The first step of setting up the community, basically, you need to open up a vault on the protocol. So you go to Urban Change website and can open up a vault in, I think, 3 steps, just adding your details, the name of the community and so on. It's quite easy. And at the end, you need to deposit 5,000 Urban Change tokens to open up the vault. Urban Change Foundation grants the tokens for the 10 first communities. So it's a non-issue right now. And again, tech-wise, it will take you about 1 minute to set up the vault. Very easy, very good user experience around it. But the community work around it is basically to define your community. Is it your city, your neighborhood, your university, the club of surfing, or what is your community, basically, how you want to call it? And the second is, who would be the community leaders with you? Is it just you? Do you have other individuals in the community that you want them to set up the vault with you and manage the community with you, and so on? So these are the decisions that you need to decide before setting up the vault in the community. Once the vault is filled with the 5,000 tokens, the community is set up with all its smart contracts, all the tech around it, and you can see it on the app, the resident app. So if you download Urban Change app, you can see your community over there, and it will look beautiful. The second step is for the community leaders to set up the initiative, right? So you need to decide what you want to promote: local shopping, education, healthy living, sustainability. What's your cause today? And of course, it could be changed along the way, and so on. But for the community to live, you need to add for at least one initiative. And to define it, to add a picture, to describe it in words, to define the budget on it, and so on. So the technical side of it, to open the management tool, it will take you 2 minutes to define it. Really simple. But the community work around it is really for you to define the initiative, the limitations, how many coins you want to reward for every action, what is the action, how long it will last, the initiative, and what is the budget, and of course bring the budget for it. So it's a work for, right, it's work for community leaders. When it's all done, to set it up on the tech side is 2 minutes will take. And once
so just a question. You've mentioned the budget. I understand this budget comes from like the leaders of the initiative, so somebody who is interested actually to promote the healthy lifestyle should have probably a budget or a sponsor, and this budget will be then used to create those local coins. Is that the correct assumption? That
the budget will create the local coins. Basically, the local coins are not created from thin air, right? We want people to be able to pay to local businesses, and we say 1 local coin is worth $1. So it's backed with real dollars, with USDC on the protocol. So someone needs to find the budget, right? And we can say, let's say, if you'll bring $500, you know what will be the impact, because if you reward $1 for every, let's say, recycling action, you know that 500 actions of recycling will occur. So you can plan the budget in correlation with your goals, right? What you want to achieve, what is the impact in the community. And the budget, basically, you can bring from NGOs that wants to promote a goal, the municipality that has budget to promote many things in the community. It could be private organization such as Google, Deloitte, and so on, that has social responsibility budget, right, and wants to contribute to communities. Or it could be crowdfunding, because the community wants to put, any member, let's say, $10 to support the specific initiative and make it happen, right? Some people have the time to take actions, and some people have the money to support the cause. So you can combine it all together in the community. But yes, you need the budget to create the local coins and then encourage people to take the action and support it.
Okay, yeah, excellent. So that was my understanding, that those local coins, if they're backed by real dollars, somebody needs to put those dollars on the table. So those are, like you mentioned, either NGOs or municipalities or private organization, whoever wants to promote an kind of impact or kind of initiative which makes an impact.
Yes.
So you've said, like, okay, create the community, create at least one initiative, and then connect with the local businesses, right? Can you talk about this third step?
Definitely. So the third step is to add local business, and we just launched this part of the tag this week. So it's really exciting. We completed like the very MVP of the protocol right now. So we can start and onboard communities. And again, it's really simple. The community leaders has a management tool. So they just enter, put the wallet address of the business, define is, a picture, the description on the app, and it will be reflected on the residents app. So they could see the local business, and the local business is whitelisted and basically can accept local coins. And once the local business can accept local coins, it can also swap them and convert them to USDC on Algorand, and basically, managing his business with real dollars, right, around it.
Okay. So is it like this local coin is let's say interoperable between various communities, or I can just, if I have a local coin from like a health license community, and can I pay businesses connected to other communities, or it's particularly linked to my community?
It's linked to your community. So we really encourage B2B transactions, but within a community. So if you're a restaurant, you can pay the bakery, right, for giving you the bread. So B2B transactions within the community is encouraged and great. We don't have the option of taking local coins out of the community to other community, because one of the purposes is to say we have a budget, right, to encourage a social cause like healthy living or sustainability, and we want the funds to stay in the community. So people will pay local businesses and other local businesses, but it will circulate back in the community and strengthen it economically as well. That's the purpose around it. But this is why we enable local businesses that are whitelisted on the community to swap it to USDC and basically pay suppliers that are out of the community if they need so. But if they will pay B2B transaction within the communities, they will earn impact token. And this is the way we basically encourage them to use the local coins and to circulate them within the community again and again, instead of taking the funds out from the community.
Okay, excellent. I think that makes sense. So you've mentioned that once I create the vault, I still, to set up my community, let's say I have a like brilliant idea, I still need this 5,000 UCT token, which is a native token for the platform, to actually launch this community, right? And you've mentioned you have some grants for this in this warm-up period. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe somebody would be interested here from the listeners. I mean, I'm not sure if this is still open for everyone. If there are people with ideas, what's the process for applying for a grant at your organization?
Yes, sure. So first I'll say that there is Urban Change Foundation established in Switzerland, really under the Swiss regulation, really making sure that Urban Change token is not a security and stand up with all Swiss regulations about crypto, because we're really heading to the long term and wants to build everything on the right way. And the foundation wants, of course, to make the community flourish. And they offered a grant for the 10 first communities because we want to make them successful. So Right now, anyone that wants to apply for a grant can just open the vault on the website of Urban Change. And once opening the vault, the last stage is applying for a grant. But if they have any question, they can just, address us on Discord or Twitter, or just contact us within the Urban Change website to ask questions. We'll meet them and so on. Anyone that we understand is serious in regards to opening a real local community and wants to make it successful, of course, is entitled to get the grant within the 10 first communities. So it's a very simple stage. There is an interview to talk with the person, see his needs, his causes, what he wants to promote, and so on. And just wanted to say, in regards to your offer, maybe there are listeners here that will want to open their vault. So I want really to encourage it and to say it's not just organizations, right? It's also individuals, and it could be a few individuals coming together and opening the vault. And I know that in Urban Change community, there are many people from Poland that are very interested in it. So we would love to see, one of the communities rising in Poland that is grassroots, because, to educate municipalities, we want to show them how it could be done, and the best way is to show them with people that really believes in blockchain and crypto, and show them how it could be done in grassroots. This week there was also a community that was opened in Baku by individuals coming together. So it is amazing, and it's definitely can be done. People can open Urban Change website and see all the communities that were opened, and they can see Baku over there. I would love to see Poland as well, one of the cities in Poland. We are also in relations with the municipality Minsk Mazowiecki. I visited there last month. It was really great. There are amazing, really, leadership over there. Marcin and Katarzyna really thinking about the city, the community, how to promote sustainability and other things, and how to involve the residents around it. And they're really thinking innovatively, right, about blockchain and how they can leverage the technology. And it's really amazing, I have to say.
Yeah, I've seen your photos with the municipalities at Minsk Mazowiecki. You've met Sebastian, you came with Michael. Unfortunately, I was in Italy at that time and couldn't participate. It would be amazing to see the first community being launched as well in Poland. But I understand it's not like a problem if there would be another city, another idea from other part of Poland. It's still
Definitely.
like free
Definitely.
to
yeah. We want to see many communities arising, right, all over the world. So also in Poland, that the fact that there will be a community in Minsk Mazowiecki doesn't mean that there won't be a community in Warszawa or other cities, right? You can have many. I mean, this is the reality. We have many communities, local communities already, right? We live in different communities. So we just want them to have local coins to make their community thrive.
Yeah, and Minsk Mazowiecki for sure is like a good fit. I think they're a part of this blockchain city initiative where they participate in becoming bigger blockchain promotion kind of events, and with real use cases which are helping cities, helping citizens. There is another project, Chain for Energy, which also works in the area of clean energy, decentralizing energy market, and I think, good that Sebastian is in connection with you for that reason as well. Coming back to other maybe cities, can you talk a bit more, like how many communities you already have in the platform? I know you are still at the early stage, but I've seen some communities are launching. And ideally, where would you see the platform growing like 1 or 2 years from now? Are you ready for like thousands of communities? What was the plan, and where are you today?
So this week we just, launched the real MVP with the ability for local businesses to join. So right now we're in the process of onboarding the first communities. We have a wonderful community in Rio de Janeiro, Rio das Pedras. They want to encourage education in favelas, which is really a great initiative. And they want to promote blockchain education at first, to encourage people to join a workshop about blockchain, encourage them to download the wallet, Para wallet, right? To use, to feel assets around it, to earn local coins in their community, and then shop acai and use it at local businesses. So we are really excited with this community. They're in the process of onboarding. They already set up the community. So if you'll download the app Urban Change, you'll see Rio das Pedras over there. The second stage is the initiative. So again, doing this on the app will take them 2 minutes, but they are building the plan behind it. When will be the workshop in the community, and so on, according to their plans and what they want to do. So we are really excited about this, and we want to see the community rising and help them be successful, of course. And we have another community that is in the onboarding phases, in the first stage of setting up their community in Jerusalem. They want to promote sustainability. They have new infrastructure on the streets with orange cans, where they want to encourage people to recycle to it, the relevant plastic and bottles. So they have the cans on the streets, all the infrastructure, but people are not used to it and they're not recycling, right? They need to make an effort to take the plastic, put in the bag and go to the can and recycle. So they want to encourage them to do so and change their behavior. And of course, we talked about Minsk, Mazowiecki, and we have a couple of more on the pipe, a few cities in Europe. So yeah, exciting times. And of course, our plans are huge. We want to get thousands of communities. It's not just cities, it could be towns, it could be neighborhoods, it could be clubs, universities, so many. The potential is huge. It's basically your local community where you spend your time during the day, where you live, right? And there are commercial interactions around it, local businesses, so many communities that we are tied to, and we want to see them rising on the Urban Change Protocol and achieving their goals, connecting more between people in the community and making them more involved in the community.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, guys, don't limit yourself to just thinking cities or towns. It can be anything. I mean, you are part of, kind of library and you want to promote reading books, you probably can think about like a community about this as well. You are a runner, you can create your community for runners or anything where, I think you would like to make an impact. So I understand creating community is one way of people to interact with what Urban Change is doing. I know you are also coming up with many quests on ZEAL, which I also use from time to time. And I think it's a good way as well to learn what you are doing. And it is also a way for people to earn the UCT token eventually, right? Can you talk about this, Ortal, for a while?
Yes, sure. We thought a lot of how we can get people to understand the protocol, because sometimes it's complicated, right? The local coin, the impact token, what can we do with it, and so on. You're more familiar with city coins, but if you'll take the average person on the street and you'll tell them, we enable people to have their own city coins, they will say, cool, but what is it, right? What it is used for, and so on. So we're using the ZEAL platform really to gamify it all and invite people, and through the games and participation, make them be more aware of how the protocol works, what it is used for, and help them participate in increasing the community and make the community more successful, bringing more awareness, bringing other people, BizDev initiative in the community, setting up communities, and so on. So we always try to be innovative in our tasks on ZEAL as well. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any, other idea for ZEAL quest, we're all up to it. So please offer it. But really, we invite people to follow us on Twitter, to join us on Discord, and especially on ZEAL to participate and win some urban change tokens, because we understand that as more people involved in ZEAL taking tasks and so on, they are more engaged with the community and should get ownership in the urban change community as well, because they are part of making this community a success, and we want them with us, of course. Eventually, it's a Web3 community, and it's not just Kalu that is managing urban change. Kalu is incubating it, initiating it, but we want to make it grassroots movements, people to join us from all over the world, take part of it, own it, and make it successful. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah, for sure. I can recommend ZEAL. I mean, it's real fun. And I think the way you design the quests really help to understand the concept behind urban change, because it's not like there are simple quests like just retweet or something, comment, but there are like a more complex task, like set up your community with the protocol on the testnet, right? And you can understand actually the whole process. Or other things like describe your community and what you'd like to achieve with this community. So you start asking yourself a question. Okay, so that's the idea behind the platform. So I think the educational aspect of ZEAL, how you design it, is really valuable. So I definitely can encourage people to join it. And eventually maybe also earn some UCT tokens. I think you are not listed on any exchanges yet, right? I think you are still, where's the mainnet planned for your protocol? Where's the launch date?
So urban change tokens are on mainnet, definitely. They're not traded on any exchange today, because first, before we go and trade it, we want really to show the world the value of the urban change protocol. As I said, it's not straightforward for anyone to understand when you say city coins, right? But once we'll have 10 beta communities that will be very successful and will tell the stories of initiatives in the community, whether it's local shopping, diversity, healthy living, sustainability, it will tell the story, the real story of the value of the urban change for communities. And then we want to open it up for any community, and we'll trade the tokens so people can buy it and set up their own community. But with the first communities, while we are building this protocol, right, we're still building it and developing it. We want to complete the development of the real MVP, including the governance options, while enabling beta communities to rise on the protocol to show their success, and then we can go and of course enable it on the exchange for communities to buy it and use it, of course, as utility to set up their own communities.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for sure, you're on the mainnet. You're still kind of warming up. You're still kind of bootstrapping the network with the users. What can go wrong? What are the threats to projects like Urban Change? I'm sure you are doing your risk assessment, and is there anything like what you are most afraid of these days?
Well, first, there is always the regulation part, right? For the entire industry, the entire crypto industry, when you don't have regulations, it bears kind of uncertainty around it. And we want to be regulated and, help people to have this certainty and trust to use the platform. That's why we established the foundation in Switzerland and follow the regulations around it. But we're really happy that Mika is the regulations in Europe is taking place. It's really good news, and we had this Ripple lawsuit this week results, which also have hope in the US as well. So it's going to good places, I think, in that sense. But of course, it's always a risk until we'll get the uncertainty removed from this world. But of course, we really follow the regulations and keep up the pace, and we'll do the adjustments once everything will be clear. And the second thing is, I think that one of the most challenging thing is to make the tools accessible for all people, even those who are not coming from the blockchain area, right? Because what we do, the value is for communities anywhere, local communities. We want to work with municipalities and organizations. They're not blockchain savvy, right? And we need to make it's really easy to adopt the concept, not necessarily talk about the blockchain, but rather talk about the value that it can bring to the community, what you can achieve with it, and so on, and help them not to be afraid from blockchain. And since they're not necessarily the early adopters, organization and municipalities, we also want to see grassroots movement, as I said. So I really hope that a few Polish people that are really innovative and wants to see it in their community, will set up the vault, will set up their community, will help them around it, and they will demonstrate how it can do good for real local communities in the real world, real use cases around it. So yeah, I think this is also, of course, a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen on Twitter you recently compiled a list of active projects which are addressing kind of similar topic of local coins. Although there are some inactive projects. I've personally been following like city coins built on stacks, which I think failed for various reasons. Are you what are the learnings? Are you following the stories? If you can kind of think about like why similar projects failed in the past, what would be the key reasons for that?
Yeah, so I can say, let's say, two main reasons. One is the model. It really depends on the model that you design around it. And there are several models, especially on the blockchain, when it depends on the tokens, the tokenomics, and so on. And we, as I said, had learnings, by doing as well. We established the CLN network. We learned that we need a stable coin and so on. We learned a lot by doing in the last few years. So when we designed the urban chain model, it is really based on real life experience on city coins, right? And all kinds of, let's say, experiments. And the second thing, I think that on top of the local coins model and how it works, I think that many small projects failed because they underestimated the cost of technology to enable it, right? Because every project just developed everything from scratch, and it didn't understand, how much work is involved in building all the tools around it, that making it safe, trustable, and user experience wise easy to use. And this is why we developed the protocol, that many communities can use it, just use it, customize it for their own needs, to remove the tech barrier around it. Because we say this project requires people, community leaders to lead it, right? To do things to make it successful. They need budget. So we are saying, let's remove the tech side of things, right? Remove this challenge from their project so they will deal with the things that they're really good at and know how to do. And that will be so easy for them because it just exists. Just take it, use it, and work on the community side of things that are needs to being taken care of that are not part of the technology.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, especially with blockchain these days, still the barrier of entry is kind of lowering, so it's easier and easier. There are projects building bridges and removing some of the obstacles, how to kind of interact with blockchain, and especially for projects like yours, where you want to engage like a regular people, regular users, communities, people not familiar with crypto. I think it's very important that the tech is providing outstanding user experience. So I'm glad that you have this mobile app as well, which probably makes it easy for people to deal with this whole animal, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe a last question. I've seen recently Stacey Warden is the CEO of Algorand. I mean, she tweeted like early this year that she has this resolution this year to meet every founder in the Algorand ecosystem. And I've seen I mean, you've had a chance to talk to Stacey, I think, as one of the first projects. What are your impressions from this meeting? Maybe some sneak peek. I mean, not sure if you're kind of just casual meeting or you're talking some other things with Algorand. How is Stacey as a person? Maybe anything you can share from this conversation.
So meeting Stacey was really great. She was enthusiastic from this project, understanding it brings real value, to the chain and really connected to our day-to-day world, right? To our local communities where we live. She loved it. And I love it that she makes the effort to meet entrepreneurs, right? And speak with them about the project in the ecosystem, right? On the Algorand chain, learn about it and promote it as well. So it was a great talk. We talk about adoption, mass adoption, how we can bring it, to many people, to simplify things, to really understand the value of it, how using the blockchain can create extraordinary engagement for people in the community, and using the technology, right, to leverage success in our physical world, right, in interactions between people, and get them closer instead of making them, divided by the digital era. So it was really great. We talked about all kinds of use cases, what could be done with it in the real world, and it was a great chat. Was happy to chat with her, and that's all.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that Algorand has its own Citycoin project, if I can say so. My guest today was Ortal Tevel, a co-founder of Urban Change Protocol. It was a pleasure hosting you here, Ortal. And any kind of final statement or call to action or whatever, closing statement from your side, Ortal?
Thank you. It was really a pleasure to be here and take part in, of course, this interesting conversation with you. And of course, I hope to see, more and more people joining the urban change community, supporting the protocol, bringing it to success. As I said, Kolu is incubating it, but the vision is to see many, many people supporting it, making it a reality, bringing it to their community, connecting the community leaders in their community to the protocol as well, and eventually making communities thrive all around the world. So yeah, that's the vision. I invite you to join us. Discord, Twitter, the website, you'll find your way.
Yeah, for sure. I'll provide all the links to ZEAL, Twitter, Discord, everything what Urban Changes and Kolu is doing in the description under this video in the comment section as well. Thank you so much, Ortal. Thanks for all the update. I wish you all the best on your journey implementing city coins all around the world, in all communities, and we probably could reconnect a few months from now to see how things are going. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.